Hello, it's Mathew here again. I would like you to talk about how to make autistic people feel welcome. So I'd like to talk a little bit about myself before we head into this topic. So I grew up living in autism since I was a kid. So now I'm an independent adult living on my own one beautiful bedroom apartment. And I drive a car, I run my own company, I have friends, I have family, and they love each other, and I have business network and with the support. So, about the experience, how do I feel being welcomed by the people in my network? So I'd like to give you a few tips. So, how to make autistic people feel welcome? So I would like to give 5 different tips on this. First tip was learn about autism. Autism is something we need to understand. Everyone on the spectrum is different. So you meet one person, it's not like the same for the other. So be aware that there is different way of the communication and different way how to approach you. So that's makes the difference. Second thing will you adjust your way of communication. So it's the way how you talk to them, the tone of voice, the dialect and content of the language in the conversation, or be sure that I change the tone of voice and the direction of the conversation, especially if there's more than one person present with him or her or them. And think about how you say the language to be sure that a language is inclusive is for them to understand what you are saying. So in particular workplaces, or in the sporting team, or the local community made-up groups, and that with someone communicating is very difficult and challenging for an autistic person because of different dialect and in language. Third one point is don't make assumption. Sometimes they're not aware. Autistic people are not aware about the rules or boundaries of the context of the situation in the workplace or the sporting group. So, the second point is saying about adjusting your way to communication. It's a first and just point about making an assumption. So they might not able to follow your instruction because they might not understand, because they don't understand that they are not aware at that point of the instruction. So make sure check on them, ask them some leading question, or ask them to make sure they are clarified and clear to be sure in direction in the situation or in the conversation, and especially in the social environment. What these people are really social blind because they do not read a normal verbal cue. It's a communication. So that's why it's really important to check before making an assumption. Fourth point, we'd like to look at that, consider in the environment. So the place, the workplace you can go around, people with autism have a lot of sensory challenges. So we got light, sound, smell, vibration, texture, and the other visual features. So it can be really challenging, especially in your workplace or in the community hall or the cinema or in the cafe or the library. There's someone blinking light and might be really distracting. So be sure reconsider the second option for a safer and calming environment for someone who will be a part of your communication or your engagement. So last point I would like to talk about, have empathy and be positive. Make sure you celebrate their strength and be creative about their own way of being unique. I know they're quite quirky. I see myself very different to my peers and my colleagues. I could see that, but I feel happier if someone celebrate because I know that people are supportive of my difference. Like for example, if I talk and someone engage my skill navigation, it was my biggest strength. I hope people can find a way to get to places, or looking on the map, how do you plan out, and also organizing timetable or schedule projects. These people will always let them know that you are celebrating because of your strength. It's not about your disability or the autism. It's about who you are and the mindset in the communication, especially in this second point, in learning and adjusting your communication. It will let us know you're actually supporting and being there for us. So I hope that these 5 tips are really great for you to learn about it. It's very, very difficult to overcome. It takes time. Be patient with every person on the spectrum. Everybody are different, and be sure adjust in different way. One person you met and doing this follow of that what I have taught you, it's not always the same. And the second person you have met, but it is also the same content. So that's why we make us feel more aware that we are ethics in the workplace. Like for example, at the beginning of the day, I walk into the team office, and what was the first thing that I mind? Oh, hello, Mathew. I hope you had a good night last night, or have a great weekend. That communication is really important for me because it's let me know ethics in there in the team. It could be your reception is where you are here. And also, it lets me and us know they are aware of you as well. And the last point I was looking at is about the inclusive language. So to be aware of the way you instruct and speak someone is free of offensive language that will be an impact on someone else. It's not just because that person is spazzy or is retarded in a different way. There is a lot of easy way to explain that to be sure it's inclusive, so they understand the celebration are different. So I hope that this audio or the tips that I gave you, it's helpful and useful for you. Don't be shy about commenting in below my YouTube channel and give some heads up and tips and suggestions and more future videos about how to communication with someone with autism, and hopefully you have a great night. Thank you.